maybe nighttime for you guys, but good to see you. 6 a.m. Okay, that's not too bad. All right. I've had people waking up at 4 a.m. to actually participate in my virtual summits, which is a whole other story. Hi, Sandra from Germany. Welcome. So I'm excited to have you here, guys. You may already know that virtual summits really blows out uh, of, just all the other strategy out of the water because of how fast it can position you, build your tribe, grow your business, put you on the map so quickly, no matter where you are in your business journey, by the way. And so I'm excited to be sharing this with you. I'm actually going to put my earbuds on. Somebody suggested that this actually eliminates some other noises. We have rain pouring like cats and dogs out there. I don't know if you can hear it. So hopefully this will allow me to eliminate any other noise happening. And you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to pause the camera just so I can focus on the information, and I will be asking you a few questions and asking you to type things in. So let me start by asking you guys, if you have ever hosted a summit, put in the chat hosted. I'm curious how many people we have who actually hosted a summit. Yes, thank you, Christopher. Hosting soon, says Elaine. Wonderful. Anybody else who hosted? Okay, not a lot of people hosted. Sandra says, I'd love to. How many people actually spoke at somebody else's virtual summit? I'm curious how many people we have who have experienced being a speaker, a panelist. Sean says yes. Sandra says yes from stage. Okay, Joe, wonderful. Hey, Joe, good to see you here. All right. How many people actually signed up for a virtual summit as a participant to observe, to learn? Say yes if you have participated on the receiving end of a virtual summit. Too many. Too many. Yeah. North, Christopher, Pat. Awesome. Thank you. So let me start by saying that the whole idea of a virtual summit is not new, but what you're going to learn today is going to be new. I hosted the world's very first ever virtual summit, which I called Telesummit at that time. I actually invented the word Telesummit back in 2004. And the first Telesummit was hosted in 2005 in the coaching space. So that's how it came about. And since then, thousands of summits have been around in many different niche markets and industries. I recently saw Amazon create a virtual summit, actually. Let's see, Teachable hosting a virtual summit. Universities host virtual summits. It's pretty incredible what the technology has allowed us to do. And Karen, if you're here and you are watching this, I would love for you to actually respond to some of the people who are asking for the link. Maybe you could send out an email to make sure that people are able to attend. I know that we have over 200 people who signed up for the summit. Just send them an email with the right link. Tell them that we are live, we are here. Thank you so much, Karen, for doing that. All right, so let's dive in. So what do you actually need to grow a successful business online? Well, I believe you need 5 things. Coincidentally, all of these 5 things can be achieved with a virtual summit, and so much more than these 5 things. But here are the 5 things that I want you to think about to be successful online today in 2019 and moving forward to 2020. There are a few things you need, and if you don't have these in place, you're probably going to be feeling like you are climbing up the mountain every day in your business, unable to really achieve what you're looking to achieve online. So you need to be visible, because visibility is equated to credibility. The more people see you, the more they trust you, the more they believe that what you say and what you offer is what is to be trusted. So visibility, the more visibility, the more credibility you get. You also need to be different because there's so much noise out there. You need to do something to stand out in your prospects' minds, right? So that's important to really be different. The third thing you need is to be relevant. Because there's a lot of generic and general content is being published, is being produced. And you want to put out content and messaging that is highly relevant to your specific audience and to their unique problems and dreams that they have, right? So be visible, be different, be relevant. Number 4, be top of mind. And what I believe is the right way to be top of mind is to be seen as the go-to expert on your topic so that they come to you, think of you, refer you when your expertise is needed. And so you become not just top of mind as a person, but as an expert, as somebody who provides, unique and specific solutions, right? And then number 5 is to be a leader of your own tribe. You need a tribe online because otherwise it's so easy to get lost in the crowd, in the ocean of other lookalike experts, right? You need your own following, your own mailing list of people who love you and want to buy from you. And so a virtual summit is the only strategy that I actually know that can give you all of these 5 things. Plus, it can become a launch pad for your entire business. It's like a booster shot for your business, right? And we're not actually streaming on Facebook today, Karen. Thank you so much for the reminder. And thanks for sending out that email. Hopefully people will jump in and join us today. And, I want to say that a virtual summit has been used by hundreds of coaches, speakers, and experts and entrepreneurs to create a visibility platform, to establish authority in their niche market, grow their revenue, build their tribe, and do all of it in about 90 days, because that's how long it takes to plan, host, and monetize your own virtual summit. Now, what I love about virtual summits is that they really have leveled the playing field. Because anyone, regardless of your business experience, where you are in your business journey, anyone can invite and interview guest experts, right? That's the simplicity of the strategy. Anyone can do it. And the benefits of hosting your own summit are incredible. Honestly, I don't know why people have not hosted their summit yet, because you could be spending years writing a book, trying to create your online presence, try to build your audience, or you can host a virtual summit and put yourself on the map within 90 days, right? You can explode your mailing list, your social media following, because you get to leverage other people's audiences. We'll talk about that in a moment. You will also align yourself with other industry experts by bringing them together, and that positions you as a leader of leaders. What a great and unique place to be in when there's an ocean of other experts, right? And plus your guest experts become affiliate partners for years to come. I'm still friends and affiliate partners with people who spoke at my very first summit back in 2005. That's 14 years ago, right? Those relationships last. You get to create your own community and a passionate tribe. And if done right, your summit can actually become a new product for you to sell over and over again. So you can actually create another revenue stream. The last set of recordings I got to sell was just a few years ago. So I was selling them for easily 8 to 10 years, if you do it right. And finally, visibility leads to more visibility. So as the result of hosting your virtual summit, you naturally start getting invited to speak, to be interviewed, to participate in other visibility opportunities. And that results in growing your tribe and your business even more. So I want to get back on camera for a second and say hi to everybody who just joined us. Glad you found the link. Glad you were able to jump in with us today. We are live. This is October 16th, I believe, of 2019. We are live here. We're learning about virtual summits. And for the next 60 minutes, I actually invite you to forget everything you ever heard about virtual summits. And here's why. What I will teach you today will be very different from what you ever heard about this strategy. Today, you will actually see how hosting your own simple virtual summit will grow your business and explode your audience and your list size. As I mentioned earlier, I hosted the world's first ever telesummit back in 2005, and it exploded my business. So I approach summits differently than most people out there. That's why they're more successful, they're more effective, they're more long lasting, and they are more impactful on your business. And so that's what I want to share with you today. If you're new to Virtual Summit, let me define what it is. So a virtual summit is an event conducted online or over a conference line with multiple guest speakers and usually lasts several days. Although I have seen people who will do a one-day virtual summit and it's just as effective. So a virtual summit is modeled really after a live conference, but it's just delivered virtually. In fact, you never have to leave your home. Your role as the virtual summit organizer is very simple. Invite guest experts, interview guest experts, and encourage guest experts to promote your summit to their audience. So people come to your summit page, they sign up for your event, and that's how you grow your list, right? Very simple. Now, I've been watching virtual summits for many years, and I'm here to tell you that most people make several critical mistakes that actually cost them signups, clients, reputation, and an amazing growth opportunity for their business. So today, I'll actually show you how to create your summit the right way. I will give you the 5 steps that I used to create eventually a 7-figure business using Virtual Summit as my strategy. And I'll show you how you can use these steps to transform your business in the next 90 days. So if you're taking notes, great, because I'll be teaching several important things, strategically speaking, about virtual summits, how it will connect to your business. So this is going to be a really, really great training. I'm excited. If you have any questions along the way, I invite you to take note of them, not necessarily put them in the chat because I'll probably not see them because other things will be asked along the way. So just save your questions and I will stay for Q&A. I will also give you a free virtual summit planner as a gift just for staying with me here for the next hour. And you will get to learn a lot. So welcome again. So here's what you learned today. We're going to talk about why now is the absolute best time to host a virtual summit. I'll talk about how to get massive results from your summit without feeling overwhelmed, like so many people will share with you that they felt overwhelmed by our summit. I'll talk about the biggest mistakes that summit hosts make and how to avoid them, how to separate yourself from the rest of the summit wannabes and create a really unique, a really useful tribe building and profitable virtual summit. And of course, I'll give you my 55, only 5 steps to hosting, not hosing, your own highly successful summit in the next 90 days. It's so funny. I've seen this typo the 3 times that I've been doing this webinar, and every time I would forget, I obviously forgot to fix it. So here you go, to hosting your own highly successful summit. So I told you that I have created Virtual Summit as a telesummit back in 2005. And the reason I did that is because I had 2 small children and I couldn't travel. I wanted to be a work-at-home mom. I wanted to be with my kids, but I also knew that I was missing out on all these amazing conferences, all these amazing coaching events that were put together around the world, especially in the States, and I couldn't travel to them. So I decided to create my own. And if you're looking at the slides, you'll see my kids back in 2005. You'll also see them, a picture of them from a couple years ago. And I will tell you that since then, since that summit, I built a list of over 100,000 subscribers, created a 7-figure business, bought a house of my dreams, and paid for my kids' education, all as a result of running my virtual summits. So if you're excited about the possibilities that a virtual summit can open up for you, but you're not sure how to do it, how to organize and how to host your summit, I will demystify this whole thing for you today. In fact, as I mentioned, you'll walk away knowing exactly how to put together your own virtual summit, because I'll give you the 5 steps. The foundation that a virtual summit can give your business is incredible. Since then, I've been able to publish a best-selling book, create seven-figure company, connect with hundreds of affiliate and JV partners. It's just, it is, I don't know any other strategy that can do all of these things for you. And so the 5 steps that I'm going to give you today are going to be exactly what you need to understand in terms of what it takes to actually put a summit together. And stay with me to the end, because I'll give you a link to the free virtual summit planner as my gift to you today. And if you choose to get more support and more guidance from me personally, and you want to work with me for 10 weeks to help you design and host your perfect summit, then you'll have an opportunity to join me in my coaching program, which actually starts next Monday, October 21st. The program is called Summits Made Simple, and I will be personally supporting you, guiding you in creating a highly successful virtual summit. So let me address the elephant in the room, and we're gonna put the elephant on the screen so that we can actually address it. The elephant in the room is actually the biggest question that I get asked. The question I usually get asked is, where do I find guest experts, and how much do I have to pay them to speak at my virtual summit? And so let me just say that guest experts are everywhere. There are thousands of people, experts, are looking to share their expertise and share their message, and they'll be delighted to speak in your summit absolutely free, because they know they'll get visibility and exposure, and they'll get to share their message, right? So I want you to know that you can easily find experts who'll be happy to speak in your summit without asking to be paid. And if they do ask to be paid, then it's the wrong speaker. You say thank you, but no thanks, and move on to someone else, right? So we'll talk about that in just a moment, but I wanted to get that out of the way. And with that, let me start by talking about why virtual summits are so hot right now, because this is not a new strategy, right? A virtual summit in its concept is 14 years old. In 2005, the very first telesummit, we're calling them virtual summits now because the technology has changed. There's now video, there is social media, so it's become more of a virtual or online summit. But, and there have been new strategies invented since then. There's podcasting, there's video marketing, there's just a ton of other things that you could be doing to grow your business. So why is now the best time to host a virtual summit? Here's why. Because really, people want to connect, gather, and belong. And even though we seem to be all connected online, people are still feeling very isolated. You're probably alone right now in your office or in your home. I'm alone in my office, in my home, right? So it's important. It brings us all together, like-minded people. Nobody else understands what we do in our field, in our business, in our environment, better than people who do the same kind of thing. So it's great to bring people together. That's what a virtual summit does. Also, many people don't like to travel if they don't have to. So the fact that this event is virtual gives it such an amazing advantage over anything else out there. Certainly, I love traveling to live events where I can meet people and hug people and connect with people face to face, but that is not always possible because it takes a lot of time. It takes time out of your life. You need to make arrangements. If you are a parent, if you are a caretaker, for whatever reason, it's much harder to actually travel, right? So this gives it such a great advantage. And also now is a great time, is such a wonderful time to host your summit, because people understand social media, video, conference lines. I remember I had to hold a training session back in 2005 to show people how to get on a conference line. I had to record a video of how to use a phone to join a conference line. And, it's a lot easier to host and to participate in a summit today than 10, 15 years ago. Just people understand the technology better, right? So if you are excited about hosting your own virtual summit, give me a yes right now in the chat, in the comments, even if you're thinking about it, even if you just want to explore this idea, because it can truly change everything for you. So put a yes in the comments. If you want to know more about the strategy, if you feel like this is something you may want to do this or next year to grow your business, Elaine, Pat, Brad, Julie, thank you, Donna, Dr. Bruce, Lynn, awesome. Thank you for participating. Stephanie, Stephanie, good to see you here. Awesome, wonderful. So, I actually just recently ran a survey, and I discovered that 90% of people attended at least one or more virtual summit in the last 12 months. Every industry, every niche, field, every profession is hosting their own virtual summit. There are virtual summits on topics such as migraines, stress, sleep, parenting, self-publishing, making money with your art, nutrition and weight loss, so many more topics, creating courses, right? The idea is about to reach a tipping point, which means that if you don't do a virtual summit on your topic or in your niche, someone else will do it. Somebody else will grab this opportunity and host a summit on your topic of expertise. Someone else will become the go-to expert in your niche and get to build their tribe, right? So the time is now. It's really now for you to consider this idea and make a decision to enter your niche market in a big way. Somebody called the virtual summit a coming out party, right? Because it creates a lot of noise and draws a lot of attention in your niche. The good news is that you're here with me. You're learning from the inventor of Telesummit, and I'm here to guide you in creating your own amazing virtual summit that will transform your business in 90 days, in the next 90 days. Let's talk about why some summits fail. So I want to talk about the mistakes before we get to the 5 steps. So even though virtual summits are great and they can be a complete game changer for you and your business, you could actually spend time, money, and energy and not get the results that you want. So let me share the 3 biggest mistakes that summit leaders make, and I will show you how to avoid these mistakes as well. So here's the first one. The first mistake is overcomplicating your summits. Most people really overcomplicate. They try to build these complex funnels and systems. They add a lot of bells and whistles that don't really impact the bottom line of your summit. They have no impact on the size of your tribe or on the size of your revenue, on the level of your revenue, right? You don't need to do this. You don't need to complicate it. You can have a super simple summit by focusing on the right things that truly matter, right? My company is called Simplicity Circle. I've been called the Queen of Simplicity, and I'm really excited to simplify this process for you. So if you are thinking it's so complicated, it's because other people want you to think that way, and it's because other people have overcomplicated it themselves, and you don't need to do that. The second mistake, the reason that summits fail or fall flat, is when you approach your summit as an interview series. So let me tell you this. On the outside, it looks like a virtual summit is just a series of interviews, but it's actually just an illusion. Yes, you interview your guests, and there will be interviews, but a summit is actually a training event. It's an idea exchange. It's an opportunity to bring people from your tribe together and then share best practices. When summit hosts miss this important distinction, they end up with a boring, what I would call just another summit. And that's exactly what you want to avoid, right? And the last mistake that I see people make is when they see it as a pure list building event. Now, although a summit is an incredible list building opportunity, and you will grow your list and your tribe, most people approach summits as a pure list building event. And what happens when you do it this way, your guest experts, the people that you're trying to partner with, actually feel frustrated. They feel being used. Think about it. Not only do you ask them to share their expertise, but you also require them to promote your summit to their entire mailing list so that you could build your list. Can you see how unfair it is to your speakers and how they might see it that way, right? Now, there is nothing wrong in asking speakers to promote your summit. That's what you're supposed to do. But if done incorrectly, if you come from the position of requiring them to promote in order to be a guest speaker, I've seen people create these speaker agreements where, I have to agree to promote your summit with 3 solo emails and 7 times in social media, right? This is going to be an immediate turnoff because it feels pushy and salesy and it doesn't build relationships. And as a result, you may actually lose a potentially great speaker who has a lot to bring to your event. So ideally, what I teach is how to do it the right way. And that is to get speakers excited to be on your platform and excited to promote you. Because when done right, a virtual summit should benefit everybody. You, the host, your guest experts, and your audience, right? So can you see how a virtual summit is so much more than a list building venture? I hope that I convinced you of that because it is so much more. And now that we've gotten mistakes out of the way, let me share with you the 5 steps. I call them the 5 pillars of hosting a highly successful summit. If you do it right, everyone in your niche will be talking about your summit and your business, right? And whether you choose to get my help with creating your summit or if you choose to do it yourself, I really believe that there is a lot of value in understanding what these 5 pillars are. Nobody else is teaching this. It's been my secret sauce, and so I want to share these with you. If you follow these 5 steps, your event will stand out above the rest, which is so important to attract great speakers, to grow your tribe, to make money, right? So if you're ready to start with the 5 steps, give me a 5 in the chat. Give me a 5. Post 5 in the comments to tell me that you are ready. Awesome. That's great. Thank you guys for participating. Pat, Joe, 5555. I wonder if that's actually a code for something that I'm not aware of. I'm just kidding. Natalie, Donna, Lizette, Tracy, you're here. Awesome. Good to see you. And Sean, you made it to this webinar. Wonderful. Shweta, welcome. All right. Let's talk about the very first. Oh, and be sure to stay to get your virtual summit planner. I will share the link at the very end. So picking the right theme is super important. I cannot tell you how many people get their virtual summit theme wrong. If you choose the wrong theme, it'll be so hard to get speakers, attract signups, and achieve all of the success and growth that I've been talking about. So pillar number 1 is actually choosing the right theme, choosing a hot, unique, distinct, clear, specific, exciting theme that will make your summit stand out and shine. I get invited to be a summit speaker 10 to 15 times a year, and I receive dozens of invitations to attend a summit. And I always can tell when a summit is going to be a great hit and when a summit is going to go unnoticed, when it will fall flat, right? Not having a strong theme also shows that people don't understand marketing, that they don't have a strong message, and that they most likely will not attract an audience. So how do you land on the right theme, on the great theme? Let me give you 4 tips here. You basically want to connect your theme to 4 different things. Your theme, your hot theme, lies somewhere at the intersection of connecting your theme to the vision of your business, your message of your business, your audience's biggest challenges, and your products and services that you want to offer at the end of your summit. So that's how you land on a great theme, is you look for a topic or a theme that connects all of these things together and produces, gives you this really amazing, very clear and specific theme. Now, in my program, I actually give you a list of test questions to make sure that your summit theme is right on the money. And I give you 4 simple formulas for naming your summit so that it instantly attracts the audience you want. When you nail down your theme, it will be so much easier to get speakers. They will be excited to promote. They'll be waiting to speak at your next summit. Get the wrong theme and everything will be a lot harder and less effective. So this is what this pillar is all about. Let's talk about the second pillar. The second pillar is, I call it sizzling design. Your summit should be designed around your most important goals. So before you create your summit, you want to start with the end in mind and identify the goals of your virtual summit. You want to design it for engagement, for unsolicited, spontaneous testimonials, and revenue, right? Part of your summit design is also to choose the right topics so that people are excited to sign up and attend. Now, here's my secret sauce. Most people choose speakers first, topics last, topics second. What I teach you to do and what I've been doing is I choose topics first, and then I find the speakers that I can interview about those topics. This is how you create a highly valuable summit and get registrations so that you can build your list, right? Let me share with you another secret of mine, and that is to create a really exciting and engaging summit, host or include a panel discussion. Holding a panel discussion is so simple, but for some reason, most people don't do it. And an exciting and engaging panel discussion will get people raving about your summit from day one. So these are a couple of tips I'm giving you just to see how I design summits differently. And it makes a whole lot of difference when it comes to actually putting it out there and watching people sign up with excitement. We'll talk about more getting signups. That's pillar number 5. But let's talk about the third pillar. And of course, this is where we want to finally talk about getting experts, inviting the right speakers who will serve not only your audience, but they will also be excited to support you. Those are the right speakers. And getting the right speakers is one of the biggest keys to your summit success. This is also the biggest area of mistakes that I see summit leaders make. So this is what we cover in pillar number 3. You want to find people who are excited to speak for free because they understand the value of being a guest expert in your summit, right? If they are asking to be paid, they're the wrong speaker. You either explain to them why they shouldn't be charging you, or you move on to the next person, right? Now, one of the secrets that I want to share with you right now is instead of trying to convince somebody to speak in your summit, what you want to do is you want to actually position your summit as a golden opportunity. Your guest experts should actually be tripping over each other to be accepted as a speaker. I always like to give this example. In 2005, I hosted my first telesummit. In 2006, I had 2 big names in my space, in my field, approach me asking me why I haven't invited them to speak in my summit, because they saw it as a golden opportunity. That's how I positioned the event, and they ended up being added to my 2006 event simply because I felt like it would be a great opportunity for me to grow my tribe, to include somebody who can provide a lot of value. And I was absolutely flattered to see that my event was seen just as I wanted to be seen, as a golden opportunity, not only for the audience to learn from, but for speakers who have become my JV partners for years to come afterwards, right? Now, let me give you a few tips about finding the right, finding, selecting, and inviting your guest experts. Okay, so selecting the right guest experts is important. And I'm going to address Sandra's question right now because it's such a great question, Sandra. If I don't have a big list, what could I give the speaker as a point to speak without getting paid? I have never done a virtual summit, and I don't know anybody in my student base, as many people as I've worked with, who have done their virtual summits, where a virtual summit leader is asked about the size of their list. That is never a focal point. I think that's the insecurity that we all have, like, oh, I don't have a list. What do I have to offer them? This is the beauty of a virtual summit, is that you put together an amazing event where people will come to learn from, and speakers will be so impressed with your event. And this is something that I really stress in the program when we talk about designing your event. You want to make them feel proud and appreciated to be part of the event. That the list size is not even a question. Hopefully that answers your question, Sandra. So let's talk about selecting the right speakers. So the first thing I'll say is, again, not every expert is the right expert for your summit. Move on. Don't get stuck on somebody you want and they said no, whatever. Doesn't matter. There are thousands of experts who are waiting to be introduced. I actually have a whole I have a resource where people signed up because they want to be speakers in other people's summits. So there is definitely not a shortage of people who will say yes to you. And you know, we're not going to get into the criteria for choosing the right speakers right now, but I just wanted to let you know that not everybody is the right speaker for your summit. The other thing that is very important is positioning your speakers and their sessions in a way that gets them to feel proud and excited, valuable. That's critical for the success of your summit, right? You want your guest experts to feel very valuable. You want them to feel like they want to tell everyone about your summit, right? And here's something else I discovered that I wasn't aware until maybe a few summits under my belt. What I discovered is that inviting A-level speakers actually might hurt your summit, not support your summit. When I say A level, what I'm talking about is, you know, that person with a big list, a big name, big ego, you know, you'll be lucky to get me kind of attitude. You don't want that person in your summit, right? Because this should not be your focus at all. You can actually get in trouble for trying to chase these speakers. They might say yes, you'll get to promote them, and then they don't show up, right? They're very difficult to work with. You don't need A-level speakers, A-level experts in your summit. You really, really don't. You can have quote unquote regular, normal people who are experts, and your summit is going to be so valuable because you're going to focus on delivering the best content, the best sessions, right? The best training possible. And plus, it's very hard to control an A-level speaker during an interview. They might spend 20 out of 30 minutes talking about themselves. And I've had that happen where I actually had to delete their entire interview from the set of recordings that I ended up selling later on. So no A-level speakers. If you are fortunate enough to get somebody and they are easy to work with, great, congratulations. But don't make this as your, you know, ultimate goal, because you don't have to. Your summit will be amazing even without a big name. All right, let's talk about pillar number 4 is monetization, money, money, money. So getting paid for your time, efforts, creativity, now and in the future. So there are many ways to monetize a virtual summit. And this is what the pillar number 4 is about, how to get paid and monetize your summit. And it's something that you want to think about early on in the process of creating your summit. You never want this to be left for, you know, you never want this to be an afterthought. You want to think about the strategy, right? And so one thing I'll immediately tell you is that many people think that by selling their recordings, they're going to make money from their summit. This is just one, and usually the smallest income stream. There are many different monetization strategies that you can use. I teach 7 different ways to make money from your summit. And I actually teach you how to make money even before your summit. Just from the mere fact that you're putting a summit together is going to help you generate revenue and get more clients even before your summit starts, right? So you want to create a monetization strategy that supports your business vision and aligns with your products, programs, and services, right? You know, you really want to create a summit in a way that positions, that buying your product or service feels like the next natural step for your participants, right? This is how your summit can become a springboard for your entire business. Isn't that exciting? Like, do one summit, spend 90 days hosting your summit, planning, hosting, designing your summit, and you're going to experience enormous benefits. I'll give you some examples in just a moment. But let's talk about the 5th pillar, and that is actually getting signups, getting targeted signups, filling your summit with attendees who will become your fans and buy your next offer and all the offers that you're going to make in the future. So if you choose the right theme, if you invite the right speakers, and you figure out the ways that you're going to make money, the promotion of your virtual summit will happen organically and simply. But you also want to take a few steps to make sure that you have the most successful summit possible. So this is what this pillar 5 is about: filling your summit with participants, with signups, right? The biggest secret that I can share with you in terms of filling your summit is getting your guest speakers so excited that they can't wait to promote your summit to their audience. This is the number one secret. Most people don't know how to do this. And it's not just about pillar number 5, getting your speakers to promote. It's about all of those pillars: choosing the right theme, designing your summit in a way that gets people excited, positioning your speakers, choosing the right speakers, everything. It all comes together. That's what gets guest experts super excited to share, spread the word, talk about your summit, right? You want to motivate and inspire your speakers. Otherwise, again, they'll feel like you're being pushy, salesy, you'll turn them off, and that's the last thing you want to do, right? Another secret to filling your summit, and I haven't seen anybody lately doing this, but I've done it very successfully. So let me give you this really cool secret. I call this a launch party. A launch party is like an online preview event that allows you to build buzz and anticipation for your summit. You can feature several of your guest experts. You can preview a few of the upcoming sessions, upcoming interviews, and you can position each session in a way that builds up excitement. That's the launch party, right? It's very simple to do, just a preview call, and it can drive a lot more people to sign up for your virtual summit. So these are the 5 pillars that I just covered, 5 steps: choosing a hot theme, coming up with a sizzling design, attracting powerful experts, choosing the right monetization strategy, and getting targeted signups. You get to attract thousands of people, both clients and promotional partners, generate dozens of new visibility opportunities, create new revenue streams, grow your tribe, all in a matter of 90 days of working with your virtual summit. And after seeing summits being done incorrectly for so many years and watching thousands of people struggle, I actually made a decision to package my summit success system into a program so that coaches, experts, and passionate entrepreneurs just like you could have a step-by-step system to ensure your success with your virtual summit. And as I mentioned earlier, the program is called Summits Made Simple. Grow your list, get more clients, become a go-to expert. So if you want to host your own virtual summit and learn how to do it the right way, I would love to work with you. So let me tell you how the program works, and then I'll actually give you a link to the virtual planner and tell you where you can take advantage of this program if you want to move forward and sign up. So this program is 10 weeks. It goes on for 10 weeks, and the first 5 weeks we cover these 5 pillars. So in week 1, we work on choosing a hot theme. I actually believe that picking the right theme is at least 50% of your summit success. And there's a formula for landing on the right theme that will make everything else much easier and give you much greater results. So here's what we're going to cover. We're going to talk about the biggest mistakes that summit hosts make when choosing a theme. I'll give you a special business assessment to help you uncover a juicy theme for your virtual summit. We'll talk about the 3 reasons that people choose to sign up for virtual summits, and then how to use this information to nail down your theme. I'll give you 12 really great summit theme examples to get your creative juices going. And I'll tell you, I'll give you the 4 formulas for naming your summit so that you attract the right people. And then I also have 6 test questions that you can ask about your theme to make sure that your summit theme is right on the money. Again, when you choose the right theme, you'll have your speakers waiting for your next summit to speak at, and your attendees will be looking forward to the next session and the next session throughout your summit. So that's the first week. We cover module 1. Then in the second week, we design your summit. We come up with a sizzling design. We talk about identifying the goals of your summit. We talk about choosing the right topics so that you get the most signups and people who actually will attend your event, right? Not just sign up, but participate. We'll talk about how to present and position each session in a way that builds up the perceived value of the entire event. So many people get this wrong. It's almost impossible that every summit page looks exactly the same and people wonder why their summits don't get the response that they want. We'll talk about the 3 levels of virtual summits: starter summit, next level summit, and cornerstone summit. You can choose any of these models depending on your goals and where you are in your business right now. Nobody teaches this out there. So everybody is doing the same kind of summit. That's why they run into problems. And I will actually help you choose the right summit model for you based on where you are. And then in week 3, we'll finally get to talk about where and how to find those powerful experts that will make your summit shine. We'll talk about where to actually find people who will be excited to being open, to being a guest expert on your summit. I'll give you the words to reach out to the guest speakers in a way that gets them to say yes. We already talked about why pursuing A-level speakers can actually hurt your summit and what you can do instead. How do you actually find the right speakers for your summit? I'll give you the criteria for the speakers who will enhance your summit and raise its overall quality and your results. We'll also talk about how to interview your speakers effectively and extract the right information that your audience will truly appreciate learning. And we'll talk about positioning, how to position your experts so that they can't wait to tell others that they are speaking in your summit. Again, this is the biggest keys to your summit success. There's speakers who speak at every single summit, and that's not necessarily the right way to go. So we're going to talk about those things as well. Week 4, we're going to talk about choosing the right monetization strategy. Again, there are many ways to monetize your summit, so it's important to choose the strategy that will support your goals and your overall business vision. So I'll tell you the different ways that you can monetize. Actually, I teach 7 different ways that you can generate income from your summit before, during, and after, and for years to come. I'll help you actually design an irresistible offer for your summit participants so that you get new clients as a result of hosting your virtual summit. We'll talk about strategically designing your summit in a way that people feel like the next step is to actually work with you. The next step is to invest in your offer. This is super cool. So nobody is teaching it this way. So we'll talk about that as well. And then finally, in week 5, we get to talk about getting targeted signups. So I give you the 4 different ways of summit promotion that you can use, and you can choose any number of them when you are ready. I'm going to teach you all of them. We'll talk about what makes guest speakers want to spread the word. How do you actually motivate them, right, to promote it to their mailing list and their social media following? And I'll give you a strategy. I call it my secret 30% strategy. This strategy will allow you to capture 30% more summit registrations. I don't typically see summit leaders use this strategy, so they're not even aware that they're leaving a third of potential registrations on the table. So these are the first 5 weeks of the program, and I could stop there because really you'll get all the information you need to put your summit together. But to me, your results are super important. So I'm adding 5 live implementation calls so that we can tackle your individual challenges as they come up. So that's what the other 5 weeks, the second part of the program looks like. We're gonna get together and do coaching and Q&A. The program starts October 21st. That is next Monday. And we hold live calls every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Pacific. I also want you to feel fully supported. So when you join Summits Made Simple, you also get access to our private Summit Leader community on Facebook, where you get to support each other, brainstorm, and even be a guest experts for each other on each other's summits, which is really cool when people can do that in our community. I also want to make the summit as simple for you as possible. So I'm actually going to give you a bonus virtual summit toolbox filled with complete ready-to-use templates, scripts, examples, plans, and tools that you need to host your own successful summit. Everything you need is there. You just, search for the right tool, for the right script, for the right template, and it's going to be there for you. And you know how I talked about the importance of choosing the right theme. So what I want to make sure that you do is choose the right theme. So I'm going to host a special 90-minute group coaching session where I will personally give you feedback on your summit theme and title and the overall concept of your summit. So you don't want to put a summit together, put all your time and energy into it, and not have a great theme that will get speakers excited, that will get hundreds or thousands of registrations, right? This is why I want to have this extra special call where I'm gonna approve or coach you on your summit theme to make sure you get the theme right. So that's the entire program. And if you love, being together in person with people, really looking to put together your summit in person, face to face. You love that focused environment. I'm also including a 2-day live retreat, Summit Leader Retreat, where you walk away with everything you need to be summit ready so that you can host your summit with ease. This retreat is hosted in early December in Baltimore. You walk away with everything you need. I'm even inviting my virtual assistant, Karen, who specializes in supporting summit leaders. She'll be there to support you, to answer your questions, to put your summit together. So it's going to be a truly amazing experience for you to walk away summit ready. You don't need to attend this retreat if you don't want to. It's a bonus. You'll actually get everything you need, all the information, all the value from the program in those 10 weeks. But if you also want to take advantage of an in-person event and you're somebody who works better in person, it's going to be there available for you in this 2-day live experience. So everything you're getting is a 10-week training and group coaching program with me. You're getting 5 weekly video training modules, which deliver everything you need in terms of how to put the summit together. You're getting a virtual summit toolbox, the special 90-minute mastermind where we finalize your theme. And you get access to the private Summit Leader Facebook community. And of course, the 2-day live Summit Leader Retreat. And the total value, if you actually add all of this together, is over $20,000. You get the entire program, live retreat, all the bonuses, all the coaching, the community, everything for just $19.97. If you already know that you want to sign up and participate and get my personal guidance and mentoring with your virtual summit, let me give you a link, and that is summitsmadesimple.com/join. Summitsmadesimple.com/join. And Karen is right on top of it. She just posted the link right in the chat. Thank you so much, Karen. I love rewarding fast action, guys. So if you sign up for Summits Made Simple in the next 24 hours, what I will do is I will also include 2 very cool bonuses. So I told you about the panel discussion as a way to increase engagement, explode engagement. I actually give you access to sample panel discussions that I hosted and an explanation and a training on how to put together a very cool panel discussion. I actually hosted 9 panel discussions in my virtual summit. So I've got a lot of tips and tricks to how to do this in an amazing way. And then I'm also including a training on how to create and host your summit launch party so you can get more registrations for your summit even before it begins. Let's see. And if you are one of the first 10 people, for the first 10 people from today who say yes, I will also include a private one-on-one coaching session or consultation with me. We can talk about your summit theme, your summit design, or we can talk about your business and how a summit fits into your business, how to strategize around your entire business. So you get that session, and you also get your summit featured to my entire social media following. I have over 10,000 followers and fans on social media, specifically on Facebook and LinkedIn. And so be one of the first 10 people to say yes, and this is what you will enjoy as a fast action bonus. Again, the link to sign up and say yes is summitsmadesimple.com/join. I want to point out that summits is plural, summitsmadesimple.com/join. I will stay for Q&A. I'm about to give you the link to the virtual planner for those of you who have been waiting. I want to say to you something real quick. The year that I did my summit was the first year that I had a six-figure income. And I went on to build several million-dollar businesses since then. And it all started with my virtual summit. And I'm not the only one. So some of you may actually know Christine Closer. She was hosting Transformation Author Experience as her summit. And so, that is something to think about when a summit becomes a cornerstone of your entire business success, like you did for Christine. She grew her list by 10,000 people, and the strategy really led her to building a seven-figure business as well, became a vehicle for her entire business. What I can tell you is that Christine puts together a virtual summit early spring, and then for the rest of the year, she nurtures all those people who were added to her list, and she markets her offers to them. So can you see how that lead generation becomes so simple? Do a summit and you have thousands of people who will be then buying your offers, reading your newsletter, watching your Facebook Lives, and so on, right? Sandra, would love to have you in my program and help you put together your summit. Here is Julianne Jacobson. Now, she is a German coach for authors. She put together her very first summit, and in just 1 week, she added 500 people to her tiny list, sold 80 sets of recordings, got one paying client, and she did it in German. Some people in other countries were asking me, will people attend summits if I am in Europe, in Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia? Absolutely. Actually, you are even having this amazing advantage that maybe it's not as well known as a strategy in other countries, right? Joe Romano actually has had 2 niche markets. She worked with lawyers and coaches, and so she put together 2 separate summits, and she ended up increasing her income by 50% in 6 weeks because she got 5 clients who signed up for her 8-month coaching program within just a week. So if you want to put together your virtual summit over the next 90 days or in 2020, go to summitsmadesimple.com/join, and I would love to help you do that and guide you with my expert eye and help you make all the right decisions as you move forward. Last thing I'll say, this is not a home study course because I'll be there for you. You will not be left to your own devices to learn and get the answers. This is a coaching program. So I'll be there for you for pretty much 3 months as you plan your summit. And also you get lifetime access to the material because even if you don't do your summit until later, you can still go back and go over the materials. It'll be there for you. All right. For those of you who are waiting for the virtual summit planner, here's the link, guys. And yay, I'm like literally at the top of the hour. I almost kept my word. Summitsmadesimple.com/planner. Here's the free virtual summit planner that you can use to start laying out your summit. It gives you a lot of insightful questions to help you really connect the dots and starting connecting the dots between your business and your virtual summit. So again, summitsmadesimple.com/planner. Before I open for Q&A, I will say one last thing. Thank you, Karen, for giving the link. So planning and running a summit takes about 90 days, right? And in that 90 days, you will have accomplished what takes most business owners years to do. Your business after those 3 months will never be the same again, like so many people have experienced. Everything will become easier with your own tribe, your own authority platform that you create. So if you've been trying to figure out how to grow your business, if you've been trying to write, speak, blog, if you've been connecting with people on social media, in other words, if you've been hustling but not seeing the results that you expect, a virtual summit will change all of that. And with Summits Made Simple, you will have the complete system to do it over and over again because you love the results so much that anytime you want a boost in your business or in your income, do a summit. Okay. So again, summitsmadesimple.com/join. I'm going to go ahead and get back to you on video, and I'll take any questions. I'll answer any questions about the summit, about the program. Let me take a sip of water. Oh, wow, I just realized how dark my room is. It's because we have a terrible rain going on, and I'm grateful that I have not lost the connection yet. Oh, Sam signed up. Welcome. Valerie says the link to the planner does not work. It does work because I see people signing up, and you can scroll up and click on the link, summitsmadesimple.com. It's really funny. Just as I said, I'm grateful for not losing the connection. The connection went boom. How do you not believe in law of attraction? This is hysterical. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it. For those of you who believe in law of attraction, this is exactly how it happens. Can you guys see and hear me? Am I back? Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right, super cool. So let me answer a few questions. And if you have questions, please go ahead and post them in the chat. Awesome. All right. Let's see. So some questions are coming in. Lisa, welcome to the program. I'm so super excited to be working with you. And Sam, I'm looking for questions, and I know that I have some that have arrived a little bit earlier. So what is the deadline for registration? The deadline is really Sunday, I would say Sunday afternoon, because on Monday we are starting. We get started on Monday. How long is the program? The program is officially 10 weeks. Back. I'm back again. I hope that doesn't happen again. All right. Sam is Lisa. Wonderful. I thought there were two of you there. All right. So it's very possible that I'll lose my connection again. So Karen, if you don't mind, just put our support email in the chat to make sure that if there are any questions that go unanswered, people can just email support@simplicitycircle.com. Thank you. Yeah. Let's see. Do I need, what if I'm new and don't have any online presence? This is how you create your online presence. A lot of times people will create a virtual summit and they will actually enter their niche or their industry by doing a virtual summit. Super cool. It's the closest strategy to what I call overnight success that you can possibly imagine, because One day you are completely unknown, and the next day everybody knows your name and who you are and checking you out and buying from you and signing up with you. So it's really a cool way to enter the market. What's the equipment investment? Just a webcam and a microphone, probably some good lighting. Well, all I have is an internet connection, which sometimes I lose due to the weather. No idea when it's going to happen next time. I do have a webcam. I do have a microphone. I do have my earbuds. And that's pretty much it. There's no equipment. There's no complicated equipment at all. So if you can record a video on your computer, then you got everything you need. How many speakers do you recommend inviting? Question from Michaela. You know, it really depends what kind of summit you're doing, what your goals are. I've seen summits with as few as 6 people and as many as 94. I know we had a student in my program last year. She had done her first summit with 64 speakers. So it's really up to you. Don't be guided by the number of speakers, be guided by the content that you're trying to create, the message that you're putting out there, the value that you want to build into your summit, right? More is not necessarily better, but again, depending on your goal and your strategy and how a summit fits into your business, you would make a decision based on that. A summit can run for as little as 1 day to 3 weeks. My summits used to be 3 weeks. Now with all the technology and all the recordings that you can provide for people, it can be 5 days, 3 days, totally up to you. Again, the strategy guides everything. Do you want to sell at the end of the summit? Do you want to speak in your summit? And by the way, the answer is yes, because you want to position yourself, right? How often do you recommend holding them? So I recommend an annual virtual summit. I've also seen people do them more often. I see some people do quarterly summits. They're smaller. I also saw somebody do a virtual summit on every single topic that they believe their audience wants to hear. A copywriting summit, direct marketing summit, networking summit, a virtual team building summit, all of those topics that they believe their audience wanted to hear, and they did it every month. For like a whole year. So that was a unique strategy, unique way to monetize the virtual summit idea. Karen says, I had a client who did a 3-month-long summit. I personally would not recommend that. It's not necessary, but I'd be curious to see what the strategy behind, there must have been some kind of a thinking behind that, right? So a virtual summit is different because it has a wow factor. Somebody just wrote to me in Facebook, a wow factor is something that you need to stand out in your niche today. How can you wow your audience so that they notice you, they get attention? Because if people can't see you, if they don't know about you, they can't buy from you, they can't hire you. You need a wow factor. That's what a virtual summit gives you. It gives you that infusion of visibility, infusion of subscribers, right? And sales. So somebody asked, I don't know how bringing people with competing expertise will lead clients to buy from me. So this is a really great question. If you are inviting other people to speak in your summit, other experts, why would the audience buy from you? So this is a strategic question. You want to position your summit and choose the theme that will allow you and your expertise to be unique. You don't want other people in your summit to compete with you. And you don't want other speakers in your summit to compete with each other, right? So that is super important consideration when you think strategy. We definitely cover that. That's one of the bigger topics we talk about. So that you position yourself and your expertise so that clients do buy from you, okay? Let's see, any other questions? So we start on Monday. We go for 10 weeks. Let's see. Oh, the question was, when do we talk about your theme? Well, theme is module 1, right? But we also do our virtual, we do our virtual summit mastermind to finalize your theme in a way that allows you to move forward, right? Well, I was going to share a slide, but that's okay. Never mind. So yeah, we start next week, and I'm excited to work with a group of people that signed up. I'm super excited to support you. I love virtual summits. I would do a virtual summit over any other strategy, over anything that requires daily action and consistent action. I would much rather just do a summit. And by the way, 90 days is just a recommended time frame. I've had students who put together their summits in as little as 2 weeks. I don't recommend that you do it that way, especially if you're new. So this is something that you definitely want to plan ahead of time. It makes it easier, less stressful. It's an event, what technology is involved in running a summit? Are they done on Zoom? Yes, Sean, they can be run on Zoom very much like I'm doing right now. You interview people, you record it, you place the recording somewhere on your website. I do recommend, if you are not a technical person, I do recommend that you have a virtual assistant to help you. But you can also just post your recordings inside a Facebook group, deliver it that way. The way that I look at technology is very different than most people. I don't do bells and whistles. I look at what do I want to achieve? And then I try to find the simplest way to achieve it. For example, a lot of times I used to teach membership sites, and people would ask me, what software do you recommend to run a membership site? And I would say, email. That's all you really need, email, right? And people would be shocked that they don't need any fancy software or membership plugins or any kind of password protected blogs or anything like that. You can literally run your membership site using email. Maybe that's too simplistic, but that's just to show you don't need any kind of advanced technology to achieve a result of sharing a video interview with your audience, right? So they are done on Zoom, can be delivered by email, in a Facebook group, by using an email service like Constant Contact or whatever it is you're currently using. Stephanie, I would love for you to email your question to support so that I can actually read it and think through it. It sounds like it's very specific to you. What I'm picking up here is it's a small niche. How do we cast a wider net? Again, it depends on your goals. It depends on the bigger vision of your business. And if you actually end up signing up in the next 24 hours, you get a private consultation with me. So we can talk about all of that and decide which theme to focus on within your summit. Because choosing the right theme is not only going to make it easier for you to get signups and speakers, it's also going to position you in a way that will serve your business during your summit and for years to come, right? You're going to position it correctly. How long does an interview last? Totally up to you. And Karen is reminding me to say that we will talk about that more in depth during the retreat, because we get to work personally in an intimate group of summit leaders. How long does an interview last? 20 minutes? 90 minutes? It's a similar question. How long should a sales page be? As long as it takes you to deliver the value that you want to deliver. 20 minutes of essence is better than 90 minutes of fluff. And I personally don't like editing any interviews, so I focus my speakers with very specific questions. And if I see them, going on a tangent, I bring them back. I think ideal length is probably 30 to 40 minutes. People don't like to listen or watch too long interviews. So I look at it from that perspective. How much value can deliver in the minimum amount of time? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are over the hour. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that I have inspired you to host your own virtual summit. If you have any other questions, support@simplicitycircle.com is the way to reach me and my team. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm excited to welcome many of you in the program. Mwah. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everybody.